guys, welcome back. If you're like me, you love the Halloween season, and one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies is Hocus Pocus. And I searched all over for a Hocus Pocus book tag and couldn't find one, so of course I made my own. So I'm coming at you today with the Hocus Pocus book tag. If you don't know, Hocus Pocus is about a boy by the name of Max, and Max accidentally brings back three sisters known as the Sanderson sisters who were burned at the stake during the Salem witch hunt, and shenanigans unfold. It's such a fun movie and it's such an iconic movie. I grew up watching it a lot when I was younger with my mom, and now it just brings a warm and fuzzy feeling to my heart every time it gets around this season. First question, Winnifred Sanderson. She is kind of the older sister of the Sanderson sisters, but she has an unhealthy obsession with this one spellbook of hers. So choose a character that loves books. So I chose Kath from Fangirl. She loves the Simon Snow novels so much that she even writes her own fanfiction, and that is love, my friends. Next up is Mary Sanderson. She's the middle Sanderson sister, and she's always talking about how she wants to eat children and all of this stuff, so choose a character that is always seen eating. And I don't really recall if he's seen eating as much in the books as he is in the movies, but I went with Ron Weasley, because at least in the first couple movies, you always see him just stuffing his face in the Great Hall, and it's hilarious. Next up is Sarah Sanderson. She is the youngest of the Sanderson sisters, and she's the one who's always trying to lure children away to her so that they can take the children. And she is absolutely gorgeous, but she's a little on the ditzy side. So for this question, choose a book character that is beautiful but doesn't have much going on up here. And for this, I chose Luna Lovegood. She's not exactly ditzy, but she's a little out there, and she is drop dead gorgeous. I love Luna so much. She's so unique, and she doesn't really care what anyone thinks of her. She's just gonna always do her own thing. The kind of main character of the story is Max Dennison, and he also has a younger sister, Dani. And for this one, Max and Dani Dennison, choose a brother-sister relationship that you love. For this, I chose Jude and Noah from I'll Give You the Sun by Jenny Dennison. Even though this book wasn't one of my favorite reads this year, I still really loved the relationship between Jude and Noah and seeing how it changed over time and how they got closer again at the end. If you haven't seen the movie, Max and Dani's parents go to a costume party for adults at the high school, and while they're there, they're put under a spell, so they're absent during the whole movie. For this question, Dave and Jenny Dennison, choose absent parents. And gee, I just don't know what to choose because that never happens in YA. I had to choose the mom, I don't know her name, from the Hunger Games series, at least during the Hunger Games, because there were definitely times when you see how much Katniss's father's death affected the mother, and she completely checked out and left Katniss to raise Prim on her own and fend for the family. The love interest in Hocus Pocus is a girl by the name of Allison, and her family is rich, and they actually own the Sanderson sisters' historical house site, so she's very knowledgeable about things that happened in the past. For this question, Allison, choose a very knowledgeable character. And of course, I just had to go with Hermione Granger. I've never read a character that was more knowledgeable than her. It was a no-brainer for this question. Thackery Binx was a teenager during the Salem witch trials, and his little sister was actually kidnapped by the Sanderson sisters. He sacrificed himself and was ultimately cursed to live out the rest of his days as a cat just to save his little sister. So for this one, Thackery Binx, choose a character that would do anything for their family. For this, I had to go with Cassie from The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. She travels across the country to save her little brother and just always seems to fight for her family throughout the book. Billy Butcherson is a zombie in the movie, but in life he was one of the lovers of the Sanderson sisters. sisters. When he was poisoned by them, he had his mouth sewn shut in death so that even after he died, he could not have a voice. But when he cuts his stitches off, he tells the Sanderson sisters how he really feels and ends up joining Dani, Max, and Allison to fight off the Sanderson sisters. So, for Billy Butcherson, choose a character that you thought was bad at first but ended up being good in the end. For this one, I chose Reese from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I was skeptical of him when he first entered the story, but by the end, I definitely wanted to know more about his character, and I can't wait to read more about him in the next book. As I said before, the parents were put under a spell at the costume contest at the high school, and the way this was done was that Winnifred Sanderson sang the song, "I Put a Spell on You," therefore she cursed everyone at the party. So, for this one, I Put a Spell on You. Choose a book that sucked you in and you just couldn't put down. And for this, I had to choose Possessed by Gretchen McNeil. I just did a book talk on this, but I was shocked at how addicted I was to this book, and I just needed to read it all immediately. In the last one, Hocus Pocus. Choose your favorite book about witches. And I know Harry Potter seems like it would be the obvious pick here, but I'm actually going to go with the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. The main character in this book, Diana Bishop, is a descendant of the bishops from the Salem witch trials, and I just love the way that Deborah Harkness blends history with fiction in this amazingly intelligent book. And there you guys go, that is the Hocus Pocus book tag. Let me know down in the comments if you love Hocus Pocus as much as I do. If this is one of your favorite Halloween movies like it is mine, I tag you to do this book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!